All right, so I didn't think I'd have to talk about this. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I do somehow. Apparently, this dude, Jonathan Kuminga, is holding back the Warriors from getting free agents. I know, right? That's shocking. I know it's the off season, so a lot of these videos are probably going to be just me reading through articles and try to decipher. But regardless, this video we'll talk about the whole Kuminga situation because it's weird. Al Horford and De'Anthony Melton are widely expected to sign with the Warriors. Are they now? But apparently, this dude is holding the team back from doing so. No, this is a real article. This is a real report. Actual people have been saying this for a week now. And it all comes down to the fact that Kuminga wants an increased role in the Golden State Warriors team. And clearly, one guy, we all know who, doesn't want to give Kuminga that increased role that he's desiring. Mind you, this is a guy that scored 30 points in the playoff game this year. And I suppose the Warriors just don't think he fits the system that they like to run. I mean, look at this. Draymond gives a go and Kuminga layup. I mean, how does he not fit the system? Well, that's irrelevant since Buddy Hield apparently fits the system more than Kuminga. Whatever system that is, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This whole war situation is funny because to me, Kuminga being a clear upgrade over a lot of these players is not a guy that for years now the Warriors have not wanted to prioritize in any way, even though, you know, when they made that selection at pick 7 to get him, I feel like that's what they should have done from the get-go, I'll be honest. Instead, now you have Steph Curry now having to carry the load. Oh, and oh my gosh, guys, look, he's holding his hammy. His hammy. Oh, no. We're out of a sudden shocked now that Curry is wearing down. No, this is a result of negligence. I'll be honest with you. The Warriors brass, they thought they could have their cake and eat it too. And they're finding out real quick that things aren't looking so good now that Kuminga wants out. So the Warriors, there was speculation that they could trade Kuminga to the Sacramento Kings and maybe get a Malik Monk or Keegan Murray. No, the Kings did not want to give up any of those pieces. No. Devin Carter, Dory Sarge, and 2 second-rounders will do. Oh boy, how embarrassing is this? The 7th pick of the 2021 draft. This is how things are looking now for him? How did things get so bad for the Warriors and how they handled Kuminga? It's to the point where I'm hearing Warriors fans online say Kuminga's a bum. That guy doesn't amount to anything, doesn't deserve anywhere near the $30 million a year contract that he's asking for. And I mean, it makes sense, right? You look at his numbers, 15 points a game. I mean, he's shooting, well over 30% from deep and not really, that impressive, honestly. If anything, it's a regression from last season. Apparently, he's becoming a worse player. Oh no, how could this be? Well, it doesn't help that Steve Kerr was actively benching him in many of these games. And yes, I know he had an ankle injury that he missed, multiple weeks with. He ended up actually missing over 2 months of basketball time. And then February rolls around and that's when he starts practicing, returning. And notice the date, February 19. Jimmy Butler, it's been 2 weeks now since he's been a Warrior. And many in the fan base now, as soon as Butler came in the team and started playing games and actually looking fairly good, resulting in wins, they didn't expect Kuminga to play much anymore. Quite frankly, it made it easier, as many fans said, to justify benching him in a lot of these games. There's this article updating the Kuminga injuries, right? And his nearing the return to play. Steve Kerr apparently wants him to emulate Jimmy Butler. Steve Kerr tells reporters, the main thing I want for JK is not press when he comes back. It's not an easy spot to come back into. Yada, yada, yada. Talk about, coach being a coach, right? But Steve Kerr, even he said it. He loves the starting group, right? And it would be during film sessions, they watch some of Jimmy Butler stuff, what Jimmy's doing right now.
Watch some film and just, kind of checked in with him. It's a good time to do it. I mean, he's been scrimmaging the last few days and inching closer, and so I just wanted to touch base.
Film on like Jimmy minutes that, hey, this is where you can fit in, or his film?
No, more just his film, but also showing some of Jimmy's stuff, what Jimmy's doing right now, because I think he's the perfect guy for JK to emulate.
Because I think he's a perfect guy for JK to emulate. Yeah, but that's not who he is. Why are you trying to make him somebody he's not? Oh, but Jimmy Butler, he's a great role player, right? In Chicago, this is what he really should be. JK should fit in rather than try to be his own guy. There's this line that Steve Kerr says afterwards, like, what makes Jimmy special is that he doesn't try to be special. He just plays fundamental basketball. I want JK to learn some of it. What are you implying here, buddy? Don't want him to be... What? Bro, this sounds very coded in... Oh, Kuminga thinks he's full of himself. I don't want that. I don't like how he thinks about the game. Like, this is what it sounds like to me. It sounds like Steve Kerr just doesn't like how Kuminga carries himself in the game of basketball. And it's easy for you to look at the box score and think, well, he has a point. I mean, his numbers have regressed. He's clearly a worse player than he was before. And right, Kuminga, he returns to play, right? He comes back, right? He does his stuff. I don't know if you could see the minutes here. MP, right? That column. Yeah, Kuminga's not really playing that much minutes still. He's under 20 minutes the last 2 games of the season before the last game where he actually ends up getting benched. An important game, mind you, that the Warriors ended up losing, which put them in the playing spot. Why would you bench Kuminga in this game? Why? Why do that? And it's funny because Steve Kerr didn't bother playing him game 1. Then plays him game 2 and 3, and I suppose he didn't like what he was seeing, so he benched him for the next 3 games until he put him back in game 7. I'm assuming this is garbage time because I'm not gonna lie, 0 points. Are we serious? I mean, I don't think Kuminga was given much of a chance in this series. Then the series that Steph Curry gets hurt. I don't know if you can see it here. I mean, now he has to actually play Kuminga. He's forced to. He's forced to because Curry's not playing anymore, and actually puts up 20 points a game. And they're shooting 40% from deep, 54% from the field, and his free throws. I mean, this is good. I mean, obviously it's not good enough to replace Steph Curry's impact, but where was this? Like, why couldn't you have this version of Kuminga playing alongside Steph? And again, this is another thing that I've realized with this Warriors team. So in the 10 games that he played where Steph Curry wasn't playing, he averaged almost 20 points a game, right? Shooting almost 50% from the field, almost 40% from deep, on more threes a game than he did throughout the season. Whereas the 37 games with Steph on the lineup, he's averaging 14 points a game, and he's shooting it much worse from the field. He has to fit in. I get it. Steph Curry is the best player. He's the number 1 option, right? And it almost feels like Kuminga has to basically play out of himself to try to fit in with this Warriors core. Clearly, Kuminga is not a priority. Clearly, Kuminga was set up to fail to begin with. I'll be honest with you. Because why else would you bench Kuminga in the do or die game against the Clippers, right? Well, Jimmy Butler's on the team. You doesn't need to play Kuminga. And now it's getting ugly because this summer, they tried trading with the Phoenix Suns. Nothing came through there. Oh, and get this. Now it's the Bulls that the Warriors are trying to make trades with. And apparently that's not going through either. So they're unlikely to make any moves with Kuminga. Kuminga has outwardly said through his camp, through his representatives, that he doesn't want to return to Golden State. The relationship is done. It's cooked. Right? Clearly, him and Steve Kerr don't like each other, right? From the tea leaves, right? When you read a lot of these reports, they don't like each other. It's obvious. And now the Warriors, this is what I'm getting from this whole story. They don't want to lose Kuminga and end up losing out on better offers on the table. It's too late for that. You gotta trade him now and get whatever pieces you can. That Devin Carter and Dario Saric 2 second round. I would have done it. I mean, you're risking him leaving for nothing to begin with. Okay, he might just accept the qualifying offer. I don't think he will, but there's things being done behind the scenes apparently, according to reports, to where he could accept the qualifying offer and then leave in free agency, and you get nothing in return. You get nothing for him. And obviously, the Jonathan Kuminga interest being bleak also has to do with the fact that a lot of these teams that are interested, quite frankly, they've spent their money already. They don't have much salary to give out anymore, right? The offseason, we're in full swing. No, July 1st passed. We're in July 22nd now. These dudes in Golden State, they just don't want to have their egos be bruised, bro. They just don't, bro. They don't want to lose a trade. They don't want to look stupid, even though they already look stupid, to be quite frank. It's embarrassing that Kuminga is basically, he's on his way out, and the Golden State Warriors don't know what to do with him. They really don't. They've never prioritized him. They've never shown any interest in bettering his game. They thought, oh, he could just fit around Steph and Dre or something. They thought he could just be a cog in the machine. Like, I'm telling you, it's something about this organization. I despise it. I really despise the Warriors organization, bro. The way they run things, man, I get it. They won 4 championships, but man, it is disgusting. It is dehumanizing the way they've treated Kuminga over the last couple months. But he's getting millions anyway. He should put up or shut up. I hear a lot of Warrior fans complaining as if they own the team, right? Kuminga should be grateful that he's in a situation with Steph Curry. Brother, he's after his own money too, bro. He's trying to get his bag too. And he's a good enough player to do so to where, he balls out next season. And this is the risk of him accepting the qualifying offer. Steve Kerr will just bench him. Like, Steve Kerr will just not play him. And basically, that'll sour teams because now it's like, oh, why is he not playing? We trust Steve Kerr's word, right? He's a coach of the year candidate. It's bullshit. It's ridiculous what they're doing to Kuminga, bro. I hope more people are seeing how disgusting the Warriors brass are. This is how low they stoop to. This is how low they're willing to go with this thing, bro. They're willing to have Kuminga crawl out of the franchise if it means that they don't have to pay him what he's worth. Because, quite frankly, they never liked him. I don't know why, but they made the pick to get him, and they never tried to prioritize him. Obviously, his rookie year, the championship year. Obviously, after that, it was clear that the window was closing, and they did nothing to prioritize Kuminga. They even traded Poole. Draymond Green, a big factor in a lot of this too. That guy's ego is out of control. I'll make another video on the main channel about this guy. I hate this guy. I'm telling you, bro, it's bad, bro. But yeah, that's it, bro. I hope you guys somewhat enjoyed this video, this rant, whatever the hell this is. All right, peace.